Yes, thank you very much for your attention. Very happy to be here today, and I would like to talk with you about how you get value from hybrid quantum technologies through building scalable applications today, actually. So, briefly about me, I'm a quantum physicist by education. Studied the area of quantum field theory at CERN, but then left the space, pursued a strategy consulting and corporate finance career for 20 years. 4 years ago, I thought it's kind of time to combine my passion for quantum with my finance background to commercialize on quantum tech, and I founded Terra Quantum. So what is Terra Quantum about? Very briefly, about our business model. We are a full stack native quantum service provider, and our business model with 3 business units is a quantum as a service approach with end-to-end delivery capabilities. And we are organized in 3 business units: algorithm, compute, and safety. Algorithms, here we bundle our software capabilities, so this includes the algorithm design, the hybrid algorithm design for challenges in optimization, machine learning, or simulation. So somebody is too quick with the charts. And the second one, compute, actually bundles our hardware activities. And this includes also our hybrid quantum cloud, which I'll talk about in a minute. And last but not least, safety bundles our security activities around our novel QKD protocol, which is implementable over optical fiber infrastructure today. We just recently closed one of the largest global quantum tech fundraise rounds and have a great set of investors, especially from Europe. And so whom do we work for? There is a bunch of industries actually where we apply our commercializable products today. Is it in aerospace, automotive, financial services, or others? But especially I would like to mention today a specific company, Uniper, you probably know, the energy giant with whom we work to make quantum-powered energy a reality. And we just came from a working lunch where we talked about the solutions which we work on together with Uniper. These are around machine learning to make power plants more sustainable, about optimization to make LNG shipping logistics more efficient, a very hot topic today, and simulation to improve Monte Carlo methods for energy options trading. Actually, Uniper is one of the biggest commodity traders these days. So, but how do we do that now? I think we have a problem in the industry. What's the problem? I think the problem is this broken donut here. So first of all, I think if we look at the quantum hardware segment, that hardware is not good enough yet, right? I mean, though across the ecosystem, qubit developments are rapidly progressing and maturing. So thanks for that. Great work you do. And also all QPU hardware providers here today, amazing work, great progress. But I think we have to admit that scaling is a challenge and not an easy task. And therefore, I think the problem really is that today we talk classical versus quantum, and even within the quantum area, we talk hardware and differentiate hardware and software. And that there is a battle, so to say, and what we actually want to do is we want to overcome the battle. So because we want to have that whole donut, right? We don't want to have a broken donut, we want to have the whole donut that works together with the best of the classical world and the quantum world, actually to achieve scalable adoptions and industry implementations already today. To do that, we actually have all the IP we need. This is about our library of hybrid quantum algorithms. It's our QMware cloud. And just recently, don't know whether you followed that, we published in Nature on ferroelectric-based negative capacitance that holds the potential to break past the limitations of Moore's law, actually to enable hybrid chips with quantum and classical components. And actually, we have brought all that to life in our recent white paper, which you can either download, or I think we also have some copies here, which you can pick up later if you are interested. So, how do we make this hardware now accessible? How do we make hybrid accessible? We do it through our QMware cloud. So what we really do, we go into large corporates, look at their landscape of classical use cases, which they tackle today, most probably with high-performance compute architecture. We look into those use cases which are actually appropriate of migrating them into the quantum space. We develop the quantum algorithms, so the software side of things. And then we deploy it on our QMware cloud. This is a fully industrial operational cloud. We, beginning of this year, opened up the first hybrid quantum cloud data center in Vienna. We have a partnership with NTT Global. And you can access our hardware. These are the simulated qubits via the cloud. Today, we work with 40 logical qubits, but we also work with supercomputers, and we also can integrate native QPUs into our cloud system so that you really get kind of the best of breed of available virtualized or native quantum hardware when you want to deploy your software, your quantum software today. Because that really, what we want to achieve is that you can work on your use cases, develop the software stack today, which is stable and can work with various QPUs, underlying QPUs. And today, the best quantum volume is with virtualized qubits and not with native QPUs. I'd like to show you two use cases where you see the power of hybrid quantum computing, so what you can actually achieve today. This one is an example out of the financial services sector. Some of you probably know investment banks have something called the collateral portfolio. It's a couple of $100 billion. The large US investment banks have $1 trillion collateral portfolio, so across all their client relationships, they have exposure to various asset classes, equities, government bonds, cash currencies. And that portfolio has to be optimized across the relationships in terms of underlying risk costs, funding, or liquidity necessities. So it's, can you go back, please? So it's actually a mission. It's actually a mission critical optimization algorithms in investment banking. And what we did is based on the data of a European investment bank with a 400 billion collateral portfolio. We looked into the classical use case, looking at all the classical requirements. We developed the quantum algorithm, the hybrid quantum algorithm. We deployed it on the hybrid quantum machine, working with virtualized qubits. And what we achieve today is a 240 million euro annual recurring cost saving. So this is big money, which you can already achieve when you migrate use cases into the quantum space. And if you work with hybrid technology, if you really kind of hybridize the pipeline on the software and on the hardware side and have the best mix of classical and quantum, you can achieve these results today. And that is really remarkable. And this is another example which we did in the automotive industry with Volkswagen. Volkswagen, as you know, is one of the earliest adopters in quantum. And here we looked at two use cases, one in optimization. That is, we looked at finding the most optimal schedule for quality tests on the assembly line. And another one was in machine learning, where actually we looked at the accuracy of image recognition in manufacturing. For both cases, actually, we could show that this hybrid approach actually paves the way for kind of an implementation at scale using current and today's technology already. And this demonstrates that we can actually apply quantum-inspired and hybrid approaches in industrial applications. Yeah? And therefore, I think there was another panel on the quantum winter. We would strongly disagree and say it's actually a quantum spring. Yeah? Quantum is now, but we should overcome that battle, classical versus quantum, but work with the best mix of both worlds and make quantum happen today. So that was what I wanted to tell you about. I think we are excited to work with clients in actually achieving quantum business improvements already today, and I think that is the best what we can do to create lighthouse quantum cases which show a benefit, because that I think will trigger massive adoption in the industry, and that's good for all of us. Thank you very much.